Hello. This is grass. This is grass. And today we are going to learn some real life English by cutting my grass. So, first, what tool do we need to cut grass? Scissors, right? Scissors are really good at cutting grass. Nah, we won't use scissors today to cut some grass. Let's cut my grass and learn some real life English. Let's go. All right, guys. So, you do not use scissors. These are scissors. You do not use scissors to cut your grass. So, let's learn a little bit of vocabulary that we need to know before we cut my grass. So, guys, like I said before, this is grass. A little bit of it is grass, but the whole thing, all of that, we call a lawn, okay? All of this is Kyle's lawn. The ground that the grass is on is Kyle's lawn. So there's actually two ways to say the same thing. Cutting the grass is one way to say what we're going to do today. The other way is to mow the lawn, okay? Now, why do we call it mowing the lawn? Because you use a lawn mower. This is a lawn mower. This is my lawn mower. And you use a lawn mower to mow your lawn. Now this lawn mower is a little bit different than other lawn mowers. Other lawn mowers, you have to put gas, okay? You have to put gas into them so that they can mow your lawn. But this lawn mower does not use gas. This lawn mower is electric. So it uses, what do we call this in English, guys? That's right, a battery. You knew that, didn't you? This is a battery for my electric lawnmower. So we put the battery in, and then we can start the mower. But before we mow the lawn or cut the grass, let's look around my lawn and see what else we can find. Here's another very useful piece of vocabulary, okay? This is grass. The ground that the grass is on, we call your lawn, but all of this space, all of the land outside of your house, we call your yard, okay? Your yard. This is my yard. So I can film here all I want. It's mine. Well, my family's. We all enjoy this yard. That's why I cut the grass so that Connor can run around out here. Let's explore my yard and see what interesting things we can find out here, what interesting vocabulary we can learn. All right, guys, here's a good one. This, guys, this is a dandelion, okay? In English, we call this a dandelion. And I think this is a good piece of vocabulary because everywhere that I've traveled in the world, they have dandelions, okay? They have dandelions up in Canada. They had dandelions in Colombia. They have dandelions everywhere in the United States. So tell me in the comments where you live. Do they have dandelions? All right, guys. So dandelions are actually an interesting plant. Okay, we think, oh, they're a weed. And a weed, guys, is what we call a plant that you do not want in your yard, okay? People spend money on chemicals, on poison to spray these and make them die. But that's sad because there's actually a lot of uses for dandelions. A lot of things you can do with dandelions that are good for you. Some people make tea out of dandelions, tea that you could drink. Some people make wine out of dandelions. And there's a lot of food that you can make out of dandelions too. And something that you may not know, maybe you do not know this, dandelions are edible. They're edible. It means you can eat them. And they are actually full of nutrition, of vitamins, things that are good for your body. And the whole part of the plant is edible. Kind of want to eat it. Dandelions are edible and they are healthy, but let me tell you, dandelions do not taste good. Let's see what else we can find. Okay guys, this is a tree. This is my tree. And I love that I have a couple of trees on my lawn, okay? Let's see how many trees I have in my yard. 1 tree, 2 trees, 3, and 4. I have 4 trees in my backyard. And backyard is what we say for the part of your yard that is behind your house, okay? So if you're lucky, your house has a backyard and a front yard that is in front of it, okay? Right now we are in the backyard. We are behind my house. That is the back of my house. So guys, I love having trees. I love having trees in my yard. But these trees, guys, they are a little bit annoying. They make me a little bit mad because these trees are called black walnut trees. So that means they drop something. They drop these. They drop these walnuts. So guys, in a few weeks, this tree will be making hundreds of these, okay? And the problem with that is when I go to mow my lawn and I run this over, it's really annoying, guys. So I have to go pick these big walnuts up before I can mow my lawn. And another thing that is not so good about having trees, they also drop sticks. They drop their branches, okay? A branch is basically a tree's arms. But when part of the branch falls down to the ground, we call it a stick. This is a stick. So here's another cool piece of vocabulary. This, guys, is a vine. And vines grow up the trees. Vines go up, all the way up the tree. And the cool thing about vines is you can grab one and swing from it. Just kidding, guys, that doesn't work that good. Only if you are Tarzan or George of the Jungle. This is a dandelion at the end of its life, okay? This dandelion has died. So let me tell you something fun that every kid in the United States does. They take these, they think of something they really want, and we say, make a wish, something that you wish for, and they blow on this. And then we say that you will get your wish. I don't know, it never worked for me. I had to work for all of my wishes. Tell me, guys, do you do that where you live? Do kids do that where you live? All right, guys, let me tell you something else that kids do here. We go outside and we look for clovers. Now these guys are clovers. These ones, that's one kind of clover, and that is another kind of clover. But what you see about all of these clovers is that they have 3 leaves. 1, 2, 3 leaves. But the fun thing, and the reason why kids come outside and look for clovers, is because we say if you find one with 4 leaves, you will have good luck. Maybe we could find one with 4 leaves. Let's look. 3 leaves, 3 leaves, 3 leaves, 3 leaves. Let me show you something that I like to do. I take one of these ones that has 3 leaves and I pull apart. I pull apart one of the leaves, and now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it has 4, guys. I make my own luck. I suggest you do the same, because no little plant is gonna do it for you. All right, guys, let's start our mower and mow the lawn. I'm mowing the lawn. And now I'm cutting the grass. And now I'm mowing the lawn again. You see, it doesn't matter which one you say. It's 2 different ways to say the same thing. A lot of times that happens in English. We say the same idea with different words. I guess it happens in any language, right? Okay, now let me show you guys something crazy. This is a driveway. Okay, we call this a driveway. The part where you drive up to a house and where you park your cars. That's my wife's car right there. Now guys, the crazy thing is that at an older house where they made the driveway 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, something happens that I don't like. Something happens that makes me mad. Grass starts growing out of your driveway. Now I have to mow my driveway. Isn't that ridiculous? I don't think anybody should have to mow their driveway, but I guess that's just part of owning a home. Let me ask you something. Are you thinking right now, why can I understand this guy so well when he's talking, but if I try to watch something on Netflix, I can't understand anything? Well, the reason is because native English speakers like me, we take words like let and me and we smash them together and we say let me. We take phrases like I'm going to, we smash it all together and we say things like I'm gonna. There are so many examples like this in the English language where we smash words together, we get rid of sounds, and the problem is they don't teach this in school in English class. They don't teach this on Duolingo. So for that reason, I made the Understanding Native English Starter Kit, where I explain all of those things. I give you guys the tools that you need to start understanding real native English. And the best part, guys, all the money that is made from the Native English Starter Kit, I will use to feed a very hungry Colombian woman, my wife. If that sounds like something you'd like to check out, guys, the link is in the description below. Hopefully I'll see you there. All right, guys, we cut the grass, we mowed the lawn. I am sweating, I'm sweating. I'm ready to go inside and have something cold to drink because it's very hot right now in Indiana. So guys, to tell you the truth, one day in the future, I hope that I have a home that doesn't even have a lawn. Maybe I could live somewhere like Arizona where there's no grass, there's just cactuses, and I'll never have to cut my grass or mow my lawn ever again. That's kind of a dream of mine. But until that day, I'm grateful that my son has somewhere to run around and play outside, and I have somewhere where I can find beautiful flowers like this which I'm about to take inside and give to my beautiful wife. That's something that Connor and I always do. When we find pretty flowers out here, we take them in to my wife. So, guys, if you have a girlfriend or a wife, give her a pretty flower today if you see one. She'll feel very special. And ladies, if you see a beautiful flower, do not give it to your husband or your boyfriend because it will not make him feel special, okay? That's just one of those things. It doesn't work that way. All right, guys, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for learning with me. And thank you for being a special person who is trying to improve their life. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next video.